Well, firstly, I think it's incredibly important for men to be involved in conversations about gender-based violence. I do agree with Marie-Claire on that. But I think it is really problematic to make it the focus of the campaign because at the end of the day, campaigns about women should focus on women. They shouldn't basically work at raising the profile of men when they could be doing things like focusing on women who are creating great change in their immediate environments. I think it is good to include men in the debate about gender-based violence, but I think that there is a world of difference between including men and focusing on men. The entire campaign kind of focuses around how brave these men are for wearing heels. And I think that, we could discuss rather how brave women are for having to face gender-based oppression every day of their lives. But instead, it's being used as a platform to praise men. And I think that is a little bit problematic if what we're trying to do is make a campaign about women and about womanhood. There is no one thing that ties all women together. The thing that women have in common is that they identify as women. Women wear different kinds of clothing. We express our gender differently. Some of us might wear heels, some of us might not wear heels. And when we use something like a high heel shoe to represent womanhood, it becomes a problem because we're promoting a certain kind of womanhood. And it's quite like a feminine kind of womanhood. So when we use the high heel shoe, what are we saying about butch women, about women who don't, conform to gender stereotypes, about women who maybe like to dress in a more so-called masculine way? Certainly we should care about them. And if we do care about them, why aren't we using symbols that include them as well? So yeah, I think that is a bit of a problem. Also, I think it's worth noting that, not everybody that wears heels are women either. I know men that might wear heels. I know people that don't identify as either men or women who might wear heels. So I think that, equating womanhood to high heels is really gender essentialist, and it really oversimplifies the debate on gender, which should actually be kind of thought out and critically engaged with by Marie-Claire. Firstly, I think it's kind of important to know that there haven't been that many people that have actually said that in response to Marie-Claire, which actually kind of threw me back because it is quite a common response. But I think that if we have good intentions, we need to think critically about what our actions, about the effects of our actions. So if we really intend on making a positive change, we're going to listen to the criticisms of people who are saying, hold on, you're not making a positive change. You're actually perpetuating harmful ideas. So I think that firstly, if they do mean well, then they need to take our criticisms into account, because that's how they can get better, that's how they can improve, that's how they can run future campaigns more effectively. And secondly, I think that, good intentions are not the be-all and end-all of everything. It's not the be-all and end-all of charity and of activism. I think that if we focus on the intentions of the campaign, we make it more about the campaign itself than the people that they're trying to help. And surely Marie-Claire's campaign should, because it's supposed to be focusing on women, we should be worried about the impact it has on women and not just the intention of Marie-Claire as a publication. I think that, obviously wearing high heels is a symbolic gesture, and I'm not going to say that all symbolic gestures are empty, but I think that it's really superficial to put certain men in high heels who don't change their behavior, who don't apologize for their misogynistic behavior. It seems almost like we're almost like whitewashing it, like we're covering up the fact that they have said misogynistic things. Of course, there is the situation with DJ Euphonic. Also, Cliff has made so many misogynistic comments in the past, which he hasn't apologized for. I'm thinking especially about racialized comments that he also makes, and I think that might affect black women specifically. And he's made a lot of fat-shaming comments, a lot of comments that shame women for their bodies and for for being promiscuous. And I think that, if he wants to participate, if men like that want to participate in campaigns, they need to actually change their behavior to reflect what they're saying. And then there was Susan Gessie, who has done gender-based equality activism in the past, but often he makes misogynistic comments and rape jokes online. And he has been called out for this in the past, and he hasn't apologized for it. So I think it's really unfortunate that Marie Claire chose not only to do a campaign that's not very useful, but to do a campaign that actually increases the profile of men who are super misogynistic, and men who refuse to apologize for what they've done. So yeah, in that sense, I take huge exception to the people that Marie Claire chose. Not all of them, but some of them.